Hi, my name is Kendall, and I was adopted from Guatemala when I was 3 months. This is basically the story about how I found my birth mother. And sorry if I go a little off script. I'm just trying to, fill in blanks and answer questions. I don't really have a script. I shouldn't have said that word. But so I decided to start looking for my birth mother when I was 20, and it was early 2016. I had no idea what I was doing or how I should go about it, so I just went onto Google and typed in how to find your birth mother in Guatemala, and a few things came up and people I should talk to, but I ended up not searching at all. But I did end up learning that I was going to be going to Guatemala to do my senior thesis. So I, of course, wanted to start looking again. So I was planning to leave for Guatemala in June. So then I decided to start looking in May, I believe it was. And the person who I ended up choosing to help me with this process was a lawyer from Texas named Lowell Coleman. And he basically just said, send me your paperwork and we can start doing this. So I was eventually in Guatemala, and him and I were contacting, and he said, hey, if you have any more information that can help us, please just send it. So I told my mom this, who was still in the United States, and she actually ended up finding something that led to them being able to find her, meaning my birth mother. So I think I had a week left, and I got an email that said, we have located your birth mother. And everyone always asks how it feels to find your birth mother. Let me just start with that, to find your birth mother, because actually meeting and finding, they're kind of similar, but they're so crazy. You're just overwhelmed with emotions. And for me, I was just scared and nervous and happy. Those are the three main ones, I think. But I was happy because, I finally found this woman who, I've been thinking about my whole life and wondering about. But I was nervous because, this changes things. My life is about to change, but I don't think I thought it through completely. But I knew whatever was going to happen, my life was changing. And I forget what the other one was. Maybe scared. Scared because within the next 3 days, I found out I was going to meet her. The last day I was going to be in Guatemala. So I do have another video that shows me and her meeting for the first time. So if you want to go and watch that. So yeah, welcome back. If you went and watched it, you're probably going to wait until after this. But we met and we then went and talked. So our conversation kind of discussed, why she gave me up, which is because my brother was sick at the time and he needed medicine, but I also needed formula or something that was going to keep me fed. And she said that there were women who were feeding their children food that dogs shouldn't even eat. And she didn't want to do that to me. And she said the best option, was to give you up. And she, of course, was crying, and I was crying. I'm trying my best not to cry now, but she gave me up, and all I could say to her was thank you. You gave me an amazing life. Thank you so much for the opportunities. You have no idea what you did for me, so thank you. After that, I got to know my brothers and sisters and their names and some of my nieces. I found out that, I had several nieces and nephews already. One was older than me, which kind of shocked me because I was not used to the Hispanic culture of different aged nieces and nephews. So that was definitely really foreign to me. But one of the biggest questions, that I think is really important if you're given up, even though we don't think about it a lot, but I asked her, I was like, so my birth father, is he alive? What's his name? What was the deal? What was with that? So she was like, oh yeah, he's good. Here, you want to call him? And I'm like, okay, so you're on good terms is what I'm getting from that then. So she explained, yes, it was my choice ultimately to give you up. He said, kind of do whatever. But so she said, I told him that I was gonna meet you today, and he said, I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I did call him, and that's exactly what he said to me. And he also said, I'm sorry I can't see you, but I can tell by your voice that you're beautiful, and I can't wait to finally meet you. So then after talking to my birth father, I then realized I have other siblings. which leads me to telling you that I actually have 15 siblings. I think that includes me. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. It might not, but 15. Yeah, that's a lot of people to try and keep up with. um, so that was definitely another huge wow, your life is really going to change here. But I think that's like the main thing, you know, your life is going to change, you're going to be nervous, you're going to be overwhelmed, but no one tells you this stuff. Especially if you've never talked to anybody who's going through this or has went through this. And it was crazy. I had the weirdest I think it was next 6 months of getting to know people, and it was worth every little bit of emotion. So I might make another video talking about like where we are now and what happened after this initial meeting. But if you have any questions, you know, comment below. I'm happy to answer anything and get to know like any of my viewers' stories, or if they want to give their opinions about certain things I said, whatever. I am happy to talk about anything. So yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered everything. So I'm sorry this is probably a weird like video. This is on my phone because I don't have a fancy camera to make videos. But alright, bye.